Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Laws and Plays. In today's episode we're playing Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. This is only the demo. This game comes out next month in a couple weeks or so. For those that haven't heard of this game, which is probably a lot of people, this game is basically like a, well, it is a Western RPG. Much like Elder Scrolls games, except played in a very different way. So you have a huge open world, tons of side quests and things you can do. You have your main storyline going on, different types of combat with like mages, rogues, and warriors and whatnot. And basically I'm going to show you guys this game today because I played through it earlier and it is extremely fun, definitely worth taking a look at. This demo can be found on Steam. They also have the demo available on the PS3 and Xbox Live, I believe. So here we go.
From the beginning, we were wrong, and only now, well into the second decade of the conflict, have we begun to understand the mistakes we have made. We lived in harmony among the Fae, in a world awakened to new magic. Perhaps we should have foreseen what might be born on this rising tide. What force might awaken. A force powerful enough to twist even the eternal and immutable Fae folk. But Gadflow, the new king of the Winter Court, surprised us all. Singular among his people, he was all that other Fae were not. Aggressive, ambitious, visionary. He had power like none we had ever seen. Terrible and deadly. Gadflow and his followers, the Tuatha De Dawn, believed that a new god was to be born in the east, beneath Gadflow's crystalline fortress of Amathen. In the name of that god, they marched to war against the young races of Amalur. Against a mortal army, no matter the power of their god, we might have been victorious. But the Fae are creatures of magic, not bound by the laws of life and death. Each Tuatha fallen on the battlefield would soon rise again, for the Fae do not know death as we do. How could we stand against such a force? For 10 years the war raged. For 10 years the armies of Men and Alpha fought and died. But as our numbers dwindled, we knew that it was only a matter of time. Our fate had been written. At least, that is what we believed. Until you died.
What do you think this one is then? Alpha? Dorana? Could even be a Jotun. Always a surprise, eh, Garan?
Eyes on the job, boy. Don't matter what it is. Dead's dead. And be thankful for that. All we've seen. Go on and pull back the sheet, though. It'll need to be in our report, one way or the other.
Okay, so here we are. We have our 4 different races. The Almain, the Vrani, and the however the hell you say that, and the Dokalfar. The races don't really have too much different between them. Basically, they just change things like, as you can see, alchemy, lockpicking, persuasion, that sort of thing. So they won't really affect your combat. Except for Dokalfar, which has stealth bonus. I'm going to go ahead and go with these guys. Oh, and of course, you have your different genders as well. Oh my. Anyways, I'm going to continue here. So then you pick your sign or whatever, and these are really what affect your combat. You get minor upgrades to certain things. I'm going to go ahead and go with Fate here. And then you have these preset faces. These preset faces, I don't really understand what the point of them is, because the next screen is customization. I guess this is if you don't want to customize, you just want to skip through. So we're just going to go ahead and pick one and go through here. Show you guys the customization real quick. It's not massively customizable, but there's definitely enough to make your character look, for the most part, It's good enough for me. Eyeshadow. Why would I have eyeshadow? I don't know. I don't know. Stubble intensity. Yes. Stubble color. Hairstyle. Sure, why not? Let's make him a ginger. And give him a very weird beard. He looks absolutely hideous. I love it. And some tattoos too, why not? And let's change the color of that there we go. He looks very weird. Okay.
He's a Docklefar. No surprise there. Seen a lot of them. Though not usually in this good a shape. Alright then. Make sure it goes into the report. You know you'll want all the details.
Amazing how well the body held up. Better than I've seen.
I'm just glad it's not moving. Must have been born under a lucky star, this one.
Anything else we need?
Unless you'd like to name him, I think we're done. Put him with the others.
Sure, Carwin, why not?
Well, that's it for you then. Better luck next time.
Gruesome. Oh, that was a lovely sound. Okay, so here we are. So this is moving. You got a third person view camera angle over the head kind of style. You can't really zoom out or in or anything like that. Got this fixed position. I'm gonna take that here. The movement's actually very nice though. It's very smooth and controllable. Oh, wasn't that nice? This is the menu here. You have quite a few different options. Right now it's just going to have us go in and equip the sword we just found, which is our primary weapon, the rusty longsword. Here we go. Combat itself, very awesome. You don't really get to see a whole lot up here at the start. They introduce you to more and more things as you go through this introduction / tutorial to the game. By the end of this tutorial though, I will be doing some pretty awesome things. Rats, very classic RPG. You always have to have rats in a dungeon, don't you?
Stay away.
This game's very high fantasy. I like it a lot. Just don't see very many well done high fantasy games these days.
Up there, please help me.
Yeah, very combat action oriented. You can do all sorts of things. You can block, you can dodge in any direction during combat.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If you hadn't come along... I've seen you before. On the slab. You were dead. It worked. By the tome, it worked. You're alive.
Damn gnomes.
You died. I don't know how or even where, but your body was remade in the Well of Souls, and somehow it worked. The well restored your soul to your body, and it worked. We must get you to Professor Hughes right away. He'll have questions for you. Professor Formerus Hughes. Well of Souls is his life's work. The Tuatha are coming into the lower levels. If we hurry, we should be able to beat them to the top. Take these. They'll help keep you safe long enough to get to Hughes. Now, let's get going! He'll be in his study on the ground floor of the tower. At least, I hope he's there. And safe. Let me get this door, and we can be on our way.
Let's go ahead and equip this new equipment here. Armor, let's see, battered armor. Worn leggings and old boots. There we go, now I'm looking pretty good.
Right this way. You go first. This is what we're after. Our greatest invention. The Well of Souls. Imagine an end to war. An end to death.
Well, that's not good. Now, let's see here.
Or in one of the storerooms. See if you can find anything useful.
A shield.
Wait.
So we're gonna go ahead and equip the shield now as well. There you go, and I believe I got some hand, yep. So,
You hear something?
no I don't. Now I do. So you can see, I push shift here and he holds the shield out. It's just a basic block. You can equip the shield with any type of weapon, so you don't have to worry about not being able to use it. At least I believe you can. I've never used a two-handed weapon, but I don't think it makes a difference. Not 100% sure. They basically have set this game up though so that you can play your classes and your character any way you want, like absolutely any way. And there is a talent tree and things that you can set up, so you can build up your character and strengthen certain weapon types and everything. There's also a crafting system in the game that's very versatile. So there's a lot of customizability in this. Alright, now we're going to equip our secondary weapon. You can equip anything in your primary secondary weapon, at least from what I could tell. So it's up to you. Again, the customizability thing, big deal here.
Archers up ahead. Best shoot them before they see us.
I feel like I missed something back here. Let's see if I did. Oh, maybe I didn't. So you can see you can switch weapons on the fly. Just use the scroll wheel, and there's also a button on the keyboard you can push. So it's very quick. Just like that. No effort to switch at all. Very nice. Very smooth transition. Oh, I missed. There's a chest over here in the corner. This tutorial takes you through all the primary weapon types. There's actually, I believe, 9 different types of weapons in the game. Each class type, rogue, mage, and warrior, gets 3 weapons. Like, mages get scepters, staves, and chakrams. And if you don't know what chakram is, if you've ever seen Xena Warrior Princess, that circular disc that she'd bounce people, well, that's a chakram, and it's pretty awesome. Rogues get the daggers, of course, the bows, and then they also get what's called a flat blade, which is basically like a double-sided dagger, except they carry 2 of them at once. Bunch of spin attacks. It's very awesome looking. Oh, rusty gauntlets. So here we get to do our first sneak attack up here, which are very satisfying. So basically that thing above the guy's head shows how well he can see me. The more it turns red, the more he can see me. If I can get close enough to him without it turning red, I can come up behind him and simply use the attack button with the daggers equipped. And there you go. You can only do stealth kills with daggers and fast blades equipped. You can't do them with, you know, bows or swords or staves or anything like that. Let's go ahead and sneak up on one of these guys as well.
Pathetic creatures. Mistake of the god. Easily corrected.
I bet you're still groggy, but just keep moving.
Didn't mean to talk to you.
Move!
Rogue combat is very fast, very fluent. Also quite... And, as you put in talent points into specific weapons, you also get combo abilities and such. So the attacks get far more entertaining to watch.
Respond in the presence of magic. Perhaps there is more to you than it seems.
And here we get magic.
Incredible. What are you?
So as you can see, magic appears in the bar down at the bottom, the hotkey bar. You can change between spells. Magic is the only thing that goes down there. Also, warrior and rogue abilities will go down there as well as you get those through talent points and leveling up and whatnot. So again, being able to play it any way you want, you don't necessarily have to have magic on that bar if you're not a magic user. Being able to cast those spells in the middle of attacks is also very easy to do. So now I'm starting to find mage armor, which is, of course, cloth and robes and whatnot. And these giant spiders that are vulnerable to my electricity. Now, staves, you might be thinking, well, you probably played a lot of other games, and in most games, mages probably have pretty boring attacks with their staves. They'll just slap. Will shoot like some crappy little fireball. Not in this game.
Completely covered the tunnel. Maybe you could use that stuff.
In this game, if you are a mage and you're wielding a stave, you are going to be doing some pretty awesome attacks. They're mid-range fire attacks. At least with this one, it's fire. I'm sure with other types, it's different. And there you go. Not the strongest attacks unless you're using, like, of course I've got a fire here, so if I was attacking something that's weak to fire, I'm going to be doing more damage. But still does decent damage. Now the scepters that mages can use are ranged weapons, like long range, just like bows. Of course, it's elemental damage instead.
Hurry, get out of here!
Pretty nice versatility there. Let's go into the next area.
Die, 'twas a bastard! Wait, you're not one of them. It's cloth frees your body and mind. That's why I made it.
At the end here, they give you the armor for each of the 3 types in case you hadn't picked it up on the way through, which I know I missed some of the armor. And robes going through, which you normally can. There are the shoes, and I believe I found the hands as well. Didn't get the leggings, that's fine. Alright. Where is he?
This is where we part ways. Take whatever you want from this armory. We might have a few things that would fit you. Just make sure you get to choose. We can hold off the Tuatha here. I suppose these might be able to help. If the Tuatha realize what you are, you'll need them. He's directly ahead, in his study. Just keep going past the top of the well. He needs to see you. Right now, you're the most valuable thing in his world. Go on. There isn't time to waste. I'll see you on the outside, if fate wills it.
Alright, so here we go. I always forget you can run. If you press control while moving, you can run. Loading screen.
You've made it, and look at you, even with all you've been through. The Tuatha, your return from the dead. Please forgive me, you must be terribly confused by all of this. I am Fomerus Hughes, and this is my laboratory at Alistar. Everything you see here is dedicated to one thing, the Well of Souls, the pursuit of immortality. And you're my first success. If we only had the time, there's so much we might learn from one another. Too much to explain right now. The Tuatha have come to stop my work, but I don't believe they know about you. Not yet. What's important is getting you out of here safely. You're the only proof of what we've achieved here. I may not be able to save the well, but I can ensure that its only success is safe. Yes, you're right. I've got my notes, but it's most important that you stay safe. It's just that you're... fascinating. Simply astounding. I'm not certain what's caused it, but somehow... yes, as I was saying, I'm not sure what...
Sir! Mr. Hughes! The Tuatha have breached the lab! They're inside the lab!
And he's dead.
No! We've got to get you out of here now! Quickly! Follow the path to the town of Gorhart. Find Agar. He's a friend, and he may be able to help. No matter what else, stay alive.
That gnome just pretty much kicked ass right there. Not gonna lie, that was pretty impressive. Owned. Ruining your days. Killing everyone, killing everyone. I'm leaving blue splatter all over the wall with my magic attack. It's like they're giant electrical paintballs. And our first little boss fight! Alright! I named him Tingle. Ow! That tingles! Switch daggers here real quick. Ow! Using my mana potions like crazy here, but electricity definitely by far does the most amount of damage to him. And there you go. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Loading screen, loading screen. I like loading screens. No, I don't. Here we are in the outside world. Like I said, this game is a huge open world. There is a map. I don't know if the map is of the whole world, but oh, there we go, the world map. It's huge, absolutely huge, like massive, and there are several different types of environments. As you can see, a desert area here, which looks like some kind of dark mountain range here. Swampy area over here. Don't know if there's any snowy. Might be up here. Not really sure. But there you go. Oh, now we get to level up, so I can show you guys this. These are your different, whatever you want to call them, abilities, stealth, persuasion, mercantile, lockpicking, blah blah blah. I'm gonna go ahead and put in persuasion. Sure, why not? And then you have your talent trees here. So here you have might, finesse, sorcery. Since I'm a sorcerer, let's see, we've got 3 points available. Here you can add things to your weapon. Chakrams, scepters, and staves. Since I have a stave right now, and since I'm probably not going to get anything else in this, I'll just go ahead and put points in here. Let's go ahead and do that. No, well, do I want to? Yeah, I think I do. Okay. Hit confirm there. Could have sworn there was a way to look at the abilities as well. Don't remember how. Moves. If you look into moves, you can see all the different things you can do with different weapons and things you can learn in the future. So, example, when I was telling you guys about flat blades, these this is a flat blade in the top right corner that these guys are using, and these are one of the special abilities that you can learn through the move set. Each weapon has quite a few moves. Staves only has 3, as you can see here. Charges up and slams down to the ground, and depending on what element the stave is, depends on the effect of the weapon. Chakrams, which I really want to get my hands on one of these, can do all sorts of awesome things. Just completely amazing attacks. We've got a couple things with the shield. Then you have these, I'm not really sure how these work, but okay, so like these are the spells a sorcerer can learn. These are the different abilities that a rogue can learn, and these are what a warrior can learn. So those are what would go on your hotbar at the bottom. Anyways, now that I can show you that, or now that I have shown you that, I should say. Let's move forward here.
You've come from the tower, haven't you? Name's Agarth. Maybe you can help an old fate weaver, eh? Did he? Poor old Fomerus Hughes. He respected the way the world works. What a shame. He's probably dead by now. When he started his experiments here, he asked me if they'd ever be successful. The cards told me that the Well of Souls would work, but its success would come on the day that Hughes was to die. The old man took it pretty well, honestly, although we did a lot of drinking after that. I suppose I could spare a little help in memory of Hughes, or in celebration of his success. Whichever. You're the one. Then that means it all makes sense now. The cards this morning. I drew the Gravedigger, the Running Man, and the Beast. Prepare yourself. They're coming.
So this is where you learn the final mechanic involved with combat. Basically, as you kill guys, you collect these things called Threads of Fate, which builds up in that purple bar in my below my health meter, and that lets you do something awesome once it's all the way full. Here they filled it up for me, and basically hold X like it says, and you'll go into Fate mode, where you pretty much just destroy everything as hard as you can. In slow motion with a giant glowy weapon that is a glowy version of whatever it is you're normally wielding, as you can see. Then you can do this.
What? How? What are you? The Threads of Fate. I've seen them before, but I've never seen anyone manipulate them like that. You just changed how the world was supposed to work. How did you do that? You just... Fate is the will of the gods. No mortal should be able to change it. How impossible? Come here. I'm going to do a reading. You might be able to change the threads, but fate will still have a plan for you. I promise not to tell you if I see your death. That would be my guess. He was an academic, but he had a proper respect for fate's plan, unlike most gnomes. You're nervous. Relax. This is what fate weavers do. I'll be seeing your place in the pattern of destiny. Who you are, what you've done, where your path takes you. Or, at least, I should be. You're real, right? I swear I haven't had that much. Fate's weave is always hard to see. It's in motion, hard to make out, but undeniably there. Yours is just missing. This doesn't make sense. All mortal creatures have a place in the pattern. You should have one too, dead or not. If this is true, and I'm not saying I believe it, then your path is yours to determine.
Which is what the game is all about. So it opens up this here. I don't really understand what this is. Just know that you basically get these cards where you can equip your... I guess it's equipping your own fate. It increases your stats and abilities. I think as you go through, you unlock others. They have quite a few different options. Ones for rogues, sorcerers, and whatnot. And then they have these ones that are kind of mixed, where you have a mix. Let's see, finesse and sorcery, might and sorcery, might and finesse. Finesse is rogues, by the way. Then might, finesse, and sorcery all mixed together. And they're just different tiers, and they give you a whole bunch of different stat bonuses. So you basically pick one and go with that, and guess later, at some point in time, you earn more.
It could mean nothing, or it could mean everything. The world is changing. You might be a sign of that, or maybe the cause. I've never had a reason to doubt my own readings, but we should consult with Arden. He's not a friend, but he's got a good eye for the tapestry. I'll meet you at his home to the east. I'm going to see if I can be of any help to the wounded at the tower. What could this all mean?
So, cool. Alright, so here, basically, they give you, if you're playing the demo, though, after this point, they'll give you 45 minutes to explore the world and do quests and whatnot. Explore as much of the world as you can, at least, which really isn't a whole lot compared to the size of the world. You can just wander around and do whatever, basically, from here on. There's tons of side quests you can do, and then, of course, you can continue on the main quests, much like what you'd see in any modern open-world game like Elder Scrolls and whatnot. All sorts of things you can do. If you go to these flowers, you can collect things for alchemy and for crafting abilities. You have these lore stones and such.
There echoes none more grand than Olane's many feats of might, the pure and lady of the light. She is a knight of golden knot. She is the cure seeker, the conscience of the summer fae.
Everyone
She
just
is the
stand
heart
back.
of spring.
The warden can't work when you're crowding so close.
have mercy.
Go back to your business. Go on.
Can't seem to get my combo ability working for some reason, and I don't know why. Wait, what did that just say? What am I doing? For some reason I unlocked it for my scepter instead of my stave. I must have put the talent points in the wrong place. Go me. No, I did put it in staves. I don't really understand why that happened. Anyways, I just went into aggressive mode, which means I can now attack everyone around here, I believe. There you go. So again, just like in an Elder Scrolls game, you have the option to do whatever you want, although it can very likely just get you killed or thrown in jail. Wonder if it'll let me go to jail in the demo. Looks like it does. Oh. Great. I forced the lock. Oh, this guy's gonna kick my... Ooh, a chest. Wonder what's in it. Guess I can't loot it while in combat. And I just died.
They've left the area.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Very awesome game, very awesome combat, lots of customization, all sorts of things you can do. Open world, attack people in villages, whatever you want to do, all sorts of things. Awesome game. Coming out soon. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Please remember to like if you, or thumbs up if you like what you saw today. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time.